All right, we're going to go over our call strategies. And here's something else I would recommend. Getting a notebook. Not buying a notebook, because you know you have a fucking notebook somewhere. I peeled a bunch of pages out of this one, and I'm writing down. Now I broke this up into months. This one's the July and August one. July and August should be a couple pages. I poorly planned this, for sure. But I don't really care. I'm keeping track of these. And so far, month of July, calls we have are up $1,204. Ones that we actually sold, okay? So we sold that NVTS. We sold the ACHR, the PPTA, and the NOC. I should have fucking sold the NOC before that drop. That was so stupid of me. But I'm a gambling ass bitch. Now we have these PL calls. So PL, I made 52 off one of them earlier in the month. And that was one that I've had for a long time. And I shouldn't have sold that. I sold that one too early. But we are not going to fester on woulda, shoulda, couldas. Because then I just went and bought more of these ones. Now here's another strategy. I have a lot of teeny ones where I'm just buying one call, okay? Because that's something I like to do. That's not the best strategy, okay? And, well, it depends. Maybe we see. So for these, the PL, I had rebought it, okay? Bought another one for $7 strike price. Now another strategy that we have going here, these ones are going to be for the calls that are going to expire shortly before their earnings. So then APLD, we made money, 133. The open calls, we sold half the open calls there, okay? So I made $660 off those open ones. Those were nice. I could have sold them for $990, but like I said. And now I sold them for $220. Now they're only worth $126, but I think open does something else. I want to try to sell them for more than $220. I fucked up. I should have sold all the open calls when it reached that height and they were at $340. But I did tell people that we were looking for gains of at least 300, but this Rocket Lab one was 880. I guess I just play this shit by ear. I don't give a fuck, okay? Because I hold a stock in almost all of these companies, okay? So therefore, if the calls do badly, it's not that much of a thing to me because I know the stock will go. I also sold a coping call that I bought a long time ago for $70. That was a nice one. And ASPI, I really only made $70 on those ASPI ones because I fucked up and I was going to wait. So now ones that could be in trouble. Not for expiring worthless or anything. I don't think that Rocket Lab one's in trouble. This RGTI one, so we bought this one for $95. This actually means it could sell for $247. Remember that? These are percentages. See? There you go. So, and these ones are long. January 16th. That's for that Prime. I think Prime has potential, but you wouldn't want to buy a Prime call now. They'll probably go down, especially by that. These fucking ONS are not, ONS is not doing well today. Look at these guys. What did OKLO do now? Trading higher after announcing partnership with Avner Gene for gene therapy assets manufacturing. Excellent news for our baby OKLO. I'm going to put that on X. But OKLO is a nice swing, I think. They're not even at the high that they got when they announced something about some regenerative thing. What was I going to look up? Fucking ONS. ONS is not the best today. ONS, I think, could be a millionaire maker someday. Call me crazy. Fucking, this is because of that little weasel, fucking Zelensky. Apparently, he's claiming his drones are so fancy. I doubt it. And also, I don't think this should affect ONS because they're such a huge communications. They're also doing communication stuff with the rail systems. And the drone, Zelensky doesn't have a drone in a box that can shoot, send out a littler drone that throws a net on another drone. He doesn't have that. So these ONS calls, I am not worried about them in the slightest. Aurora. I don't want to be worried about Aurora. Am I worried about Aurora? No. Because I think Aurora's going to pop before their earnings. They have a history of earnings pops. That's from their last one. Pop. They're going to pop. Not pop. They're going to rise slowly to glory into my strike prices. My one strike price is for $650. So that is posing a bit of a problem. Not a bit of a problem, but because, like I said, I have till August 1st to sell. July 25th. God damn it. You better do something, Aurora. It's Tuesday. Today was not a good Tuesday. It just wasn't. It was a bad Tuesday. We didn't like it. Now, these LXRXs, I'm betting on these LXRXs. I think LXRX is a high potential biotech here. High potential, people. I could be wrong. I tell myself, I have certain rules for myself. Don't bet on biotech calls. I'm sitting on, Jesus Christ, 7 human site calls. Some people go really big into calls. That's the other thing. If you're going really big into calls, you have to really have your conviction on that. Conviction is something I have for shares, but when I'm timed on it, it makes me nervous. But LXRX, they have a pipeline of therapies and the Nova deal. If that Nova deal falls through by October 17th, I don't think anything good will happen with LXRX. So that's certainly a bet. My sweet baby Lucid is just like surprising me beyond belief. Now they partnered somewhat of a partner with Tesla, where their SUVs are going to be able to connect to the supercharger network, but not all of them. But I think the ones that are going to be partnered with Uber for the robo part will be. I think that has a big deal to do with that. That should also show that Elon and Dara, Uber CEO, I think they are friends. This wolf call, got it for $60, 2 of them. I'd like to sell that for a nice profit. My OKLO one looks like shit. My ACHR one. Adam Goldstein, you fucking ass. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Bad sentiment for ACHR. It was not a good thing when the Stellantis people messed up their hydrogen power, as investors wait for commercial takeoff. See, when is this going to happen? People are waiting for commercial takeoff. So I think if their earnings is mid-August, the stock remains speculative. See, I think they're going to talk about how they're working in Abu Dhabi, because they already had highlighted acquisition of advanced composite manufacturing facility, which occurred in May. That's big. See, they barely even need Stellantis. Well, they kind of do. But I think ACHR gets back up there. I think Adam Goldstein, he's going to come up with something in the next 2 days. I need something in the next 2 days, for the love of God. And then OKLO, I messed that up so badly. That OKLO call was doing well. It was doing freaking well. It was up 230%. I should have sold the OKLO call last week. But I'm not counting OKLO out at all. I think that Sammy Boy-Elman is going to say something soon. Ooh, Trump had a great meeting with the president of the Philippines, and OKLO just announced something. They had news today. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about OKLO or ACHR in the next 2 days. Slightly worried. Slightly. But I would like it to. New Goriel, if things are popping, sell. But then they could pop more. But don't even worry about it, because selling at a pop is better than selling on a loss for a 40% loss, which I don't want to do. I'm not going to do. And then I made a move with this Oscar. I think Oscar, after earnings, is going to go back to their rightful glory of above 20. After earnings. So this is going to be a call for after earnings. I think PL, that's another one. I think these guys, I made money off them. I'm going to try to make money off them again. And TDOC, I should have sold the TDOC last week. I'm an idiot. People shouldn't always listen to me. You shouldn't always listen to me. I could have sold the TDOC call for, it was up at least 100. No, I don't know. Maybe. It wasn't crazy up, but it was up. But I still think, too, TDOC could come up with something. They are not unknown for popping out. See? They almost had a pop out this morning, but then they decided to not pop down. Certainly not. Certainly not. See? Leading up into an earnings, TDOC does things. I just need them to do it this time. They didn't really do too much pre their last earnings, but those would be some call strategies that I think have potential. RGTI too. RGTI, I could sell it now, but I'm going to wait. I think RGTI certainly has more to go. I could sell it here. I bought it for 95, could sell it for 248. But I do believe that my sweet baby RGTI, that swinging son of a bitch, today, bad day. But tomorrow, who knows what can happen tomorrow?